In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 5 different low content and no content books which you should be creating for Q4. So, stick around. So if you haven't been here before, my name is Rory and I run this channel called Mr. Roza. And before I get into anything, can I just ask you guys to hit that like and subscribe button, as it is greatly appreciated and doesn't take you half a second to do, and really helps me out on this YouTube journey and give away all this great information for you guys to help you with your KDP businesses and just businesses in general, really. Now, these 5 different book ideas, there's I think 2 that I haven't talked about before and 3 which I've already talked about. So even the ones that I have talked about, they're still relevant now as it is going into Q4, and you've got things like Christmas. I mean, with Christmas, all types of books are very good to be making, because you'll get people wanting to buy anything. Sales always jump. It's like ridiculous how much it jumps at Christmas. Like, you'll just find your sales will massively increase. And some of these books, if you were creating now, would be a great idea, because it is leading up to these events. So if you're getting there a couple months early, as you will understand more in this video, then you have a greater chance of making more sales. So let's just dive straight into it. Now, if you'd like any more in-depth information on any of these books that I talked about in this video, remember, leave a comment down below. I love reading and replying to every single one of your comments. And yeah, I've got nothing more to say, so I'm just going to dive straight into computer and let's get on with it. Now, to start off with, we're going to be looking at Halloween journals. Now, Halloween journals are a great thing to be creating now, as Halloween is on October. I always forget, is it October the 31st? Yeah, I think it's October the 31st. Yeah, it's really good to get in here a couple months early. We're in August now, so if we're getting there 2 months before, it normally takes for Amazon to index your book into Amazon. It normally takes them about 2 months to do that, so this is the perfect time to be creating them now, and yeah, make some sales basically. Now, as you can see at the moment, there is only 2,000 results when we search up Halloween journal. Now, it's not making the criteria that we're looking for, under 1,000, but 2,000, that isn't bad. That's a big event that a lot of people are interested in. 2,000 results with something like Halloween, you're going to get possibly 50,000, 100,000 people searching for Halloween journals when it's coming to the time of Halloween, so around end of October time. And yeah, if you're creating them now, and even if there's 2,000 results, it's still a great thing to be getting into, because people will still find your book, because you will get some people that will just keep scrolling and hopefully land on your book. And if you want a niche down, that's also something you could do. So you could put Halloween, I don't know, we could go for Halloween sports journal. Maybe that's something people are interested in. I really have no idea. So there's 112 results for that. I mean, this is all sorts of things you guys could go and research. But yeah, if you're interested in looking at the different keywords and searches that people are searching for, so if I type in Halloween to start off with, we've got all these things, got nothing to do with books, so we'll just move on from that. So if we type in Halloween journal, then you've got all these different things: Halloween journal notebook, Halloween journal stickers, Halloween journaling, Halloween journal stencils, Halloween journal for kids. That's a big one. That's one I'd really recommend to you guys, and it only has 1,000 results, which does meet the criteria. So yeah, that's a very good one to get into. And yeah, I will be making a more in-depth video on Halloween, because I really feel there's a lot of potential there, like untapped potential for you guys to make a good amount of money. And the sort of things you could be creating are like this: a composition notebook. I think it's just a lined paper interior. So if we go into it, just have a look, very simple cover design, and it's just plain white paper. And now if you would just like to download some white paper for free, click my Gumroad store below. I do sell a lined paper down there, which you guys can go and download, exactly the same as this, and just saves you the time of having to make it yourself basically. So yeah, Halloween books are a very good one to get into. And even though it is still in August, like I said, this still has a bestsellers rank of, where is it? I think it was around 7 million. So 7 million, it's quite high, but still, that's making sales. That's still what I would be looking for, still making sales. That's the main thing about this business, isn't it? And we can keep scrolling down. We've got all sorts of different things, some things that aren't related to Halloween. We've got one here. I think this is a Spanish, that looks like Spanish, Dia de los Muertos. That's in Spanish. And we can't have a look inside this one, but this one has a bestsellers rank of 126,000. So that's better. It's selling quite a good amount. And yeah, so that's number one, Halloween journals. That's one I would recommend to all you guys, and recommend especially now to be creating, because you're going to get in there early, and when it's time for Halloween, like I said, people will be finding your book. Moving on to the second one, we have a Christmas notebook. Now, once again, I know it's not meeting the criteria. It's got 10,000 results. But the good thing with Christmas is it's very easy to niche down, as I will show you in a second. But if we just have a look at the kind of things that are selling, here we have a Believe Santa Claus Christmas notebook. Has a bestsellers rank of 934,000. Can we have a look inside this one? No, we can't. That's fine. We've got another one here. This has a bestsellers rank of 92,000, and it's not even anywhere near Christmas. This is a crazy thing. It's nowhere near Christmas, and this book is selling very, very well. If we go to our book calculator, BSR Amazon calculator, so it's still making 52 sales per month. And how many? I think I saw something ridiculous. It's still 19 weeks away Christmas. So you can imagine when it's coming to Christmas, this BSR rank will increase dramatically or decrease depending on how you look at it. But I'm thinking when it gets to Christmas, this book's going to be around the 5,000 mark, 10,000 mark, which is a lot of sales. And we can also have a look inside this one, and this looks like a colouring and activity book. So obviously they've put in a lot of effort. I know maybe you guys won't be able to create something like this because she has made a lot of effort to produce this, but in the end it will be worth it for her, because I'm sure when it comes to Christmas time, this book will be making a steady income for her, and that's literally only 1 month a year. So yeah, you can imagine if you have a few of these, then you can be bringing in this money very, very well. We can keep scrolling and scrolling. We've got another one here, Christmas planner, 101,000, and that's just a basic diary planner, Christmas card, address book, all this sort of stuff. And if you are looking to find the keywords for this, I'll just show them to you now. So we've got Christmas notebook journal, notebook line journal, and these are all things you can niche down on. So the one we're looking at, Christmas notebook for kids, that's a good one. 7,000 results, again, a lot of results. But we can niche down even further than that. If we just type in reindeer notebook, which is related to Christmas, okay, still 10,000 results. But that's just me thinking off the top of my head. What about snowman notebook? Snowman notebook. 252 results. Okay, there you go. There's something for you to get into that Christmas theme. But yeah, that is the second one for today. And the third one for today is one that I have talked so much about before, and that is learning books. Now you may be thinking, well, why is learning books relevant for Q4? Well, actually, if you're looking at the news at all at the moment, you'll understand that there's possibly another lockdown occurring. If you look at Melbourne, I think they're in something ridiculous like phase 4 lockdown, which is they can't go outside. And well, what does that mean for kids? Well, these kids aren't going to school, they're having to be homeschooled. And these learning books, they're becoming increasingly popular because there's parents wanting to buy these learning books to teach their kids. And yet, the bestsellers ranks on some of these books is incredible. I mean, you look at this one here, 58 in books. It's honestly, it's out of this world. It's something I've never seen before on a book. So yeah, still going into Q4, keep going with those learning books. I have made videos on it, and if you'd like to go check them out, be sure after this video to go check my profile and scroll through some of those videos. I gave a lot of interesting tips with these kind of books and how you can create some of these. And yeah, obviously 40,000 results. Yes, I know it's difficult. But you can niche down again, all different types of learning books. You've got handwriting learning books, you've got maths learning books, you've got spelling learning books. There's all different ways you can niche down with learning books. Learning books is just like a broad way of these kind of books. So yeah, with Q4, stick on those learning books and I'm sure you guys will start to make sales. Now, if you're interested in downloading some interiors just for paying a bit of money, then I would recommend a website called Creative Fabrica. Now, Creative Fabrica is great because it's a bunch of people that can just upload their interiors. You can download them for like $2. So I think if I type in handwriting interior, search that up, you've got ones here, 50p you can download it for, $1.99, 60p, just to download some handwriting paper, which you can then directly upload onto Amazon with your front cover, and well, there you have yourself a low content book, which if you do the right keyword research and stuff like that, it will make sales. So this will be a good investment. And I also have a handwriting interior in my Gumroad store. If you go and check it out, I have it up there for free, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, handwriting books I've talked about. I've even made a video on it. I'll leave a link up there, which are books that I really recommend to you guys. So yeah, that is the third one for today. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, and number 4 is also one I have talked hugely about, and that is activity books. And this follows the same line of learning books. These kids that are having to learn at home, they're also wanting stuff to do. They're wanting activities to do at home. Parents are wanting things to entertain their children, and these are the kind of things they're buying. Activity books, because they have all sorts of things like Sudoku puzzles, maze puzzles, spot the difference, colouring books. That's a massive one. I've made loads of videos on these kind of things. And yeah, activity books are a huge one. And again, 50,000 results. But if we just type in maze notebook, see what comes up. 264 results. And can we see the bestsellers rank for some of these? So 166, 107,000, 1,533, 915. And look, 264 results. That is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, learning and activity books, they sort of go together because they're targeting the same age range. I would really recommend going into Q4 and just sticking on creating them. Keep grinding out all these different activity books, making like one interior and creating different covers for them, changing the interiors. There's all sorts of ways you can do it. But yeah, stick on those. And also with activity books, not so much learning books, but with activity books, they can also be good for Christmas gifts. And like I said, Christmas, there's people wanting gifts for people, and these are kind of things they'll buy. They'll buy younger kids activity books for them to do, such as these maze books, especially colouring books. The colouring books are a massive one. We've got this one here. This is a great one. Unicorn activity book for kids. And yeah, that is it for activity books. And let's move on to the final one. And that final one is fitness logbooks. Now, I have talked about these before, sports journals, and they're very, very good. And it was just something that came to me while I was thinking, well, actually at Christmas, that's something that a lot of people are wanting to buy for people, because soon they'll have their New Year's resolutions that they're wanting to do. And with these New Year's resolutions, a lot of the time you will find people's New Year's resolutions is to get fitter, to get stronger, to go to the gym. And these fitness logbooks are a great way to keep on that, because it allows them to keep a diary of what they're doing. You can create ones for diet, for weightlifting, for running, for all sorts of things. You can narrow them down to different sports. And again, like I said, in my Gumroad store, I also have different fitness log interiors which you guys can have a look at. And I've done the research for them. I've made the interiors from scratch and really are great. They really are great. And I also feel with quarantine, well, I've seen a lot of things over social media, and there's a lot of people wanting these home workouts to do. They're thinking, well, if I'm going to be at home, a lot of the time they want to have a thing called a glow up. So with a glow up, they want to get fitter. And with these fitness logs, there's people wanting to buy a bunch of fitness logs to keep a track of their health and all sorts of things like that. And there is 8,000 results, I know. But again, that's where you niche down on different sorts of sports. Fitness logs is like the whole range. So we can type in a running logbook, see what comes up. 518 results. And can we have a look at the bestsellers for these? So 443,000, that's good. 26,000, 341,000, and we can have a look at the interiors if you want to get an idea. And yeah, that is the kind of interior that you're going to be wanting to create. These are very, very simple to create. You can just, after you've created one page, you just copy and paste it over the how many pages that you want. And yeah, fitness logbooks are a great, great one to get into. Just all you need to do is do the appropriate research to niche down on all the different sports, tennis, football, American football, basketball, all sorts of stuff like that. So yeah. And that is it for today. It wasn't that much of a detailed video, but I just wanted to give you guys some ideas as we're going into Q4 over the next few months on what kind of books you should be creating. So we've got Halloween journals, Christmas notebooks, learning books, activity books, and fitness logbooks. And those are the 5 I personally would recommend you guys to start creating to increase your sales with your KDP business. And well, if you have any questions for me, remember, leave them down in the comments below. And what do you guys think of the new camera? And you might not be able to tell the difference, but we have a good autofocus system now with this new Canon M50. I'm absolutely loving it. And yeah, just be expecting some nice videos in the future, just some better high quality videos. And this is all thanks to you guys that I'm getting this camera and all sorts of things like that, and I appreciate every single one of you. So that brings me on to the next thing. Can I ask you guys to hit that like and subscribe button, as it's greatly appreciated. And well, I hope to see you next time. Goodbye.